Kate Bishop in Marvel's Avengers then plays absolutely amazingly, and that's before we look at some of the incredible perks she has on her gear as well. Now, one of the perks that's getting really the most attention at the moment, it's on the Hawkette bodysuit, and it does allow an incredible playstyle with her, but everyone's actually overlooking another perk which is on an item called the Archer's Charm, because with Kate she's got 3 different legendary sets. She's got the Archer set, the Agent set, and also the Hawkette set. In this video I'll actually show off both the Hawkette bodysuit and also the Archer's Charm, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and actually say that I believe that the perk I'm referring to on the Archer's Charm, if you're playing as Kate, or if you're playing in multiplayer and you have Kate in your team, is actually the best perk in the entire game. Yes, that's how good I actually think it is. Now, just before we jump in and we actually check it out, if you're enjoying the content on the channel, make sure to leave a like, a comment and subscribe as well. But let's jump in and we'll have a look at the Archer's Charm first. So this is the gear piece in question here. So it's the Archer's Charm. This drops from your Elite Heroic Hives. That's the 6th floor hives, and at the moment in game your legendary sets, that's your name sets, are actually dropping 100% of the time. I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be the case, because generally they normally drop around about 20-25% of the time, so I would advise you get into the Elite Heroic Hives as quickly as you can to actually farm this item. But if we look at what it offers, so you've got Disruptor Extension, and this is the perk in question, which is absolutely amazing. So it increases the duration of disruption effect on enemies by 3 seconds and reduces enemy defense by 30%, and I'll actually tell you damage numbers wise how much your damage increases when you do have that, and I'll tell you how you get the disruption effect as well, because it's not clear from the tooltip. Also with this particular item, it's got Warp Extensor as well, so you gain an extra Warp Arrow. The Warp Arrows are amazing when you combine them with the Singularity perk. You just pull everyone together and then you absolutely smash them. And then when it comes to the third perk, it is a random one, and I actually got lucky and I managed to get a pretty decent one here as well. The stats aren't that great if you are running a range build, but it's definitely worth losing the precision in order to buff the Disruption perk. Now let me actually show you how you get the Disruption perk. So this is the arrow that would proc it here. It's your single target arrow. This is the Razor Arrows. If we look at the perk in question, it's called the Disruptor Arrow. So with this, with the Razor Arrow selected, hold down L2 and R2 until fully charged to ready a Disruptor Arrow. The Disruptor Arrow applies a disruption debuff to any targets hit by the arrow. The debuff lasts for 6 seconds and increases ranged critical attack chance from any source by 25%. That on its own is actually a pretty nice debuff, but when you use the perk we were talking about, it increases it to 9 seconds. So you've got the 9-second debuff, you've got an extra 25% chance to get your crit attack. You also have the fact that you've got the 30% damage reduction, but the way the damage numbers are working with this are really crazy, and let me actually show you them now, and the difference when you're attacking an enemy before you fire the Disruptor Arrow and after you fire it. So this here is before, and I'm using the wave of arrows against Abomination. I don't have any other kind of buffs active at all, and there's no other buffs that are actually impacting my character at all. So you can see at the moment, for a regular hit on the wave of arrows it's 2633, and then for a crit hit it's 3981. So what we'll do is we then apply the Disruptor debuff, and then let's check out how much the damage numbers jump by. So this is after we've actually applied the debuff here. You can actually see the little symbol, it's a little red icon just above Abomination's head. Now the damage numbers on this, they jump for just your regular non-crit to 6,057, and then a crit goes up to 9,158. So it looks like the way it works, actually reducing the enemy's defense by 30%, it's equivalent of giving you around about 130% damage increase. That applies to all your abilities as well, so if you're hitting with a harder hitting ability, the numbers are going to go through the roof. Now here's the amazing part, and here's why it makes this, I would say, the best perk in the game, and if you can find one that's better, link it in the comments below and let me know about it, but I'm sure this is the best one in the game by a wide margin. I've done some testing with a good friend Singularity, and he went on to Miss Marvel, and what I was doing is I was applying the perk, and I was very curious if it would actually impact the damage when it comes to enemy teammates attacking as well. and it does. So that basically means when you're running content, you've got Kate in your team, she's got the agent's charm. Your teammates, after you apply the disruption effect, will be doing an additional 130% damage. So just think, for example, some of these players at the moment that are running the high valor builds and they're getting 2.5 million on a thunderclap with Hulk. That's going to end up turning out round about 6 million damage that you'll actually be doing. So yeah, there we go. It's the best perk in the game. I challenge anyone to find a better perk than this. If you're running Kate, of course, so you've got Kate in your team and it is a multiplayer session that you're actually running. So absolutely amazing. Now, just to finish up, what we'll do is I'm going to show up some gameplay when I'm using this, but what I'll do as well, I'm going to very quickly talk about the Hulkette bodysuit for anyone that's not aware of that, because that's actually a pretty amazing perk as well. So this here is the Hulkette's bodysuit. This particular one, the Hulkette set, drops from your elite vaults, and like I mentioned earlier on in the video, at the moment the drop rate on these is 100%. So get in there as soon as you've watched these videos and get farming. I would try and get that Archer's Charm first, and then as soon as you've got it, go in and get this, and then even keep playing and try and get a better roll, because as is the case with legendary sets now, the third perk is a random one, so you want to get a really nice one there. But the perk in question, I actually think this particular one is bugged, or I'm pretty certain it is bugged, to be honest. So you can see you've got the middle perk called Blink Shroud. So it says gain Quantum Shroud for a brief duration after using Blink Dash, Blink, or defeating enemies with any Quantum Teleport attack. Now, Quantum Shroud is a defensive buff, and when you use this, the buff you get lasts for 4 seconds, but it doesn't give you Quantum Shroud at the moment. It actually gives you Quantum Overdrive, which is the effect you have when your ultimate is active. So essentially every time you blink, and with this, the way it recharges your energy, you can almost blink for an unlimited amount of time. It can make her almost like a flying character, but every time you blink, you'll gain 4 seconds of your ultimate. So if you've got the melee perk selected, you'll be firing out the tachyon beams from your katana, and if you've got the actual ranged one, then you can use, the best way I actually describe it is like it's a minigun essentially, when you're firing out all the arrows one after the other. So there are the options that are available, but absolutely amazing. This one, as mentioned, I'm pretty sure, again I'm saying I'm pretty sure, it is bugged at the moment, because it should be Quantum Shroud it's offering, not the Quantum Overdrive, so I imagine this will be patched in the future. But let me now just finish up and show off some gameplay. We'll start off with some gameplay of the Archer's Charm. I'll show up before and after damage numbers when I'm attacking, and then we'll show off some gameplay of the Hulkette bodysuit as well. So enjoy this gameplay, and thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.
Impressive and educational.
Stop now! Unit reduced by half. Time to bring it in head.
An impressive and educational performance.